Good morning and welcome back to European Utility Week. I'm here at the Engerati studios. My name is Kay Fulkvane. I am the editor of Metro International. And with me this morning we have Ricardo Klatovsky, who is the VP for Sales and Solutions for the Energy and Utilities business from IBM. Ricardo, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Welcome.
Before we came on air, we were talking around some of the opportunities that are still available in the smart metering industry. Would you care to share where you're seeing some of those opportunities, please?
Are still available. I mean, there are lots of opportunities geographically. In growth markets, there are lots of opportunities. There are like three very interesting markets: California, Texas, Japan, Germany. Then from a solutions perspective, every utility globally has a smart metering program, every utility. And smart metering programs starting there or starting at in grid operations, distribution automation, or starting on the consumer side, converging. In the convergence of these initiatives, there are opportunities to do things much better. And to go beyond to serve customers. Yeah, there are opportunities. Timing-wise, I think we see this in this conference. I mean, of course, everyone would like, from a timing perspective, to go faster.
Of course.
But they go the way they can go with utilities. I mean, change is not easy in utilities because utilities have to factor in many components. It's political, it's social. It's economic. And the very essence and the very mission of a utility to keep the lights on at affordable prices and reliable and secure was make change difficult.
I suppose also you're trying to change a system that hasn't seen much change really over 100 years, and we're wanting the evolution to happen perhaps faster than is realistic given the long history behind the power sector.
Yeah, because it didn't have a mission to change. The mission was to work. The mission was not to transform or to change. That was the reality of the industry. And now the mission is not to change. Now the industry has to change because sometimes, although the mission is the same, sometimes the world is changing. So the industry has to adapt. But the industry for hundreds of years did not have the mission to change. The mission was efficiency, and the mission was safe and reliable power. That was the mission. It still is the mission, but under different business model and circumstances, and many let's say external factors that are changing.
When we were talking, you mentioned about the fact that the technology is changing as well, and that over the last 5 years you've seen a shift in terms of perhaps priorities, if I could put it that way, or maybe areas of interest. Would you care to kind of highlight some of those?
Technology, I mean, because of the nature of technology will always change and improve, and there will be new technologies coming. So I was commenting that probably 7 years ago in this conference, always the big questions were the technologies about communication. So what communication technology, what sort of, in the smart metering area, what technologies work better, or less good. Beyond the meter, what would happen beyond the meter in the home, in premises, what would happen? But 7 years ago, the word cloud, the word mobility, the word social wasn't there. And now it's starting to be there. So how can cloud enable us to do things differently, better, more efficiently, or even enable new business model? Mobility, social, I mean, just all the inputs and information that come from social media that can be used in asset management, in consumer engagement, in meter deployment, these things are new. 7 years ago, we wouldn't have talked about it.
Speaking about customer engagement, there was a presentation yesterday around engaging your customers and getting them to effectively work for you. Do you think that this is the way utilities are going to go in future, where there is going to be a lot more engagement with customers, where customers are going to effectively become their eyes and ears on the ground in terms of outages, potential problems, that kind of thing?
Yes. Yes. But it's, I mean, utilities are realizing that consumers are sovereign individuals. And they behave as individuals or groups with their preferences, with their way of thinking, working, living, and they are not let's say a hostage of a certain industry. So you consume banking, you consume retail, you consume utility, and you as an individual are what you want to be. So it's the utility that has to understand you, individual, who you are and what do you want. That's the change. So utilities. I don't think that utilities will change consumers. Consumers are changing utilities. That's the power of the consumer.
I guess the biggest challenge is going to be for the utility to identify you as an individual amongst the collective. And that really is going to be the challenge. I guess that's where opportunities around data analytics are really going to start coming into their own. Do you think that utilities, I understand that from an analytics perspective, they're still starting out on the curve. Do you think that at the moment they understand the potential or the power of the information that they're going to have at their disposal?
Yes, I think in general utilities understand it. Utilities have to create like a roadmap, understanding individuals. It's like a consumer roadmap, a persona roadmap. They have to understand, they have to learn and understand who their consumers are, how they are. And then it's about creating a roadmap how to serve them better. That's a journey. So if the question is, do utilities understand? They are in the process of understanding, and it will be a continuum because consumers always will change, etc. So it's a journey, and this journey needs something we call, well, it's a big change in the sense that the utility has to create what we call a digital front office. That is a new way of organizing themselves to constantly manage this relationship, this different relationship with the consumer. So it's a journey. It's a journey, but I think utilities are very aware that they need to take this journey and do it. They're very aware. And again, in some markets that California, Texas, Germany, Japan, some markets, because of the certain circumstances and conditions, they need to embark on this journey faster and is stronger than in other countries. But they all will go the similar ways.
Well, I know I'm looking forward to seeing how this market is going to evolve over the next 5 or 10 years. It's been interesting to see how we've gotten to this point, and it'll be interesting to see what are the hot topics at European Utility Week next year and the year after, just to see just how much customer engagement is still focusing as a trend.
There will be. Just think about social media, brand sentiment. I mean, think about how I mean, just managing your brand and managing the perceptions that the consumer has from your brand from the utility. I mean, a chief marketing officer does not control that message that much as they controlled it 5 years ago. So 5 or 10 years ago, you could, as a chief marketing officer, you could control the message in your image. Right now, you don't control it that much.
No, because of social media is not controllable by anybody. It is the collective's opinion, isn't it? Ricardo, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
I really appreciate you being with us. From the European Utility Week and the Engerati studio, I'm Claire Fulkvane. Thanks so much for watching.